Hi, I'm Imogen. I'm from Little Heartbeats, and I'm being joined today by the lovely.
Madylon,
Hi, Madylon, and Madylon lives all the way in
British Columbia, Canada.
Canada. Another Canada mummy. Um,
Hmm.
this is actually take two for us. If there ever was an outtake, we would have to put our our interview on. Unfortunately, last time the camera dropped, and yeah, people watching would not want to see what it dropped into. It was a little bit too close for comfort, so we're going to do this again. And yeah, are you ready to start our 1 minute interview?
Yes.
I said to
Yeah.
Madylon after Madylon, bless her, has just woken up, and I'm on wine time, and Madylon's on milk time. So we're both at different parts of the day mentally. So we're gonna see
Yes.
how this one goes. Okay, are you ready to try this?
Yes.
Brilliant. Okay, on your marks, get set, go. At what point did you pee prom?
They officially put on record that it was 17 weeks, but it could have been anywhere between 14 and 17, so they're not even exactly sure.
Okay. And what was the outcome of that pregnancy?
We had a survivor.
Yay! Congratulations. How old is she
Thing.
now?
She is almost 8 months old, but only 5 adjusted.
And how did you find out about Little Heartbeats?
Well, my sister had been doing a bunch of Google searching right after we got the diagnosis of what was happening, and she came across several different PPROM sites, but had sent me yours first. So that's how Google search. That's how I found out.
Have you heard of our PPROM petition?
Yes.
Did you ever order a pack from us?
I did actually. Yes.
What was the best thing about the pack?
Oh my gosh, I liked all of it. It got there a week after I had given birth actually, so I ended up using a lot of it in the NICU instead of while I was on bed rest. But I liked all of it. All the information was great, and I ended up passing a bunch of the information to the team at the hospital that I was at because they weren't entirely aware of expectant management and the expectations that we have in the guidelines that you guys set out. So yeah,
we spoke quite a lot considering this is our second attempt, and something that you mentioned was really powerful to me, and it really hit home, and it was this idea of survivor's guilt. So you were one of the fortunate ones that your baby survived this journey.
Yeah.
And yet, you feel like there's a lot of survivor's guilt there. Could you explain from from where that comes from and what that means to you?
Yeah, so I had built up a network of women. It was, within the States and all over Canada, and there was another woman actually on the maternity ward that I was on when I was put on bed rest. Sorry about that.
No, don't worry.
And we talked almost every single day, and it was, are you waking today? And it was just, we all kind of ruptured around the same time gestationally, and were close in gestation for, where we were. And it was slowly, one by one, our group kind of started to trickle out on their success. We had women that their babies passed, and then they had a stillbirth, or moms that had their baby and then their lungs were just so underdeveloped that they didn't last very long in the NICU. So out of the 4 or 5 women that I regularly spoke with every day in a little group I was the only one who had a success story.
Wow.
And each situation was so different, but there would be moments where someone would come back from their ultrasound and it'd be like, I had lots of measurable fluid this time, and this is so positive and things are going to be great, and their outcome was different than mine, where I thought for sure that my daughter wasn't going to survive because I had no measurable fluid for almost 11 weeks.
Yeah.
So
I think it's very different from the mums in Canada and the USA, because we were talking about this before. when we get diagnosed in the UK with PPROM, we have to deal with this at home. So I don't think we build up this network of mums. Like, you're in the hospital with them, you're living with them, you're around them, and I can't imagine how difficult it must be to go, they've not made it, they've not made it. Are we?
Yeah.
They're around mums that are obviously their babies sadly haven't made it, and whereas we're at home, so I don't think we. Yeah, I totally understand how survivor's guilt could definitely kick in. How does it affect you now?
I've had to kind of take a step. I used to be really, really involved and active in all of the PPROM groups that I was in, because I wanted to just shout from the hilltops that babies were surviving, and my baby's a perfect example of that, and not to give up. But kind of tying it back into survivor's guilt, seeing all the time all these babies that weren't making it, because sometimes with the internet, it's like with reading a review, you see more negative stories sometimes than you do positive, even though there's equal outcomes with both. And it was just taking me back to being in the hospital and planning every intricate detail of her funeral. It's always at night when things have kind of quieted down and my husband's asleep and Lydia, my daughter, has gone to sleep, that I think I stir in my head about what I did different from all these other women and why my outcome was so different. And it's kind of like a haunting thought that I just play over and over in my head. So I'm in therapy for it now. I was fortunate that the hospital I was in had a very involved mental health team, and they were very quick to, make me feel better by letting me know, this is PTSD, and this is, it's weird to say it's normal, because PTSD is not normal, but given the trauma of the situation, it is super normal for you to be feeling this way.
Yeah. You're amazing. Every mum that I speak to is amazing, and it's amazing how everyone's got their own unique take on this PPROM journey. So thank you so much for talking to me tonight. And have an amazing day.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. We'll be in contact soon.
Sounds good.
Okay, bye.